Oh, back to school, to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool. I got my lunch packed up, my boots tied tight. I hope I don't get in a fight. Oh, back to school, back to school, back to school. Well, here goes nothing.
Well, you heard it. It's back to school time. While a lot of learning takes place in the classroom, there are some lessons that are better taught outside the classroom. A new study finds American students struggle with money management skills. So how can we teach our kids to be fiscally responsible? Joining me now is President and CEO of the National Endowment for Financial Education, Ted Beck. Ted, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on the show.
So Ted, based on this study, where exactly do American teens fall short when it comes to money management?
Well, the study is an international study that compared where our 15-year-olds rank against their counterparts from 17 other countries, 18 countries total. And we came in average, number 9, which is a little disappointing. And actually less than 10% of our students qualified in the top category. So clearly we can do a lot better than this. This should be a national priority. If we want to make sure our young people are going to be globally competitive in the future, we have to help them learn how to keep their financial house in order.
Absolutely. And with the U.S. being such an economic powerhouse worldwide, it seems very unusual that our kids don't know how to use their money or save it. But given your experience, do these results shock you at all?
No, actually, it's kind of where we expect it to be. And we think this is something, and one of the nice things about this study is it's repeated again in 2015. So we have numerous education efforts going on. This is a priority for much of the many things in the government that we're involved with. So we can start to track our improvement over time, hopefully. And one of the first steps with that, and one of the most positive factors in financial education for young people, is parents. So yes, we can have very strong programs in schools, but it really starts with the family. So parents, if you talk to your kids about money, you're actually doing one of the most important things you possibly can to improve our performance in this category.
Right. Now, what are some tips that you can offer families with students to help them prepare in terms of money management and, on their way to college and beyond?
Well, it really starts very early. So have good, solid discussions with them, not lectures, but discussions starting at an early age. And then keep those going on up until they're ready to move on in life. So when they're ready to go off for that first job or go off to college, some key things: have a realistic budget that includes a component of emergency savings. So if something happens, you've got some money set aside to pay for it. Understand how credit cards work. A lot of young people don't understand the cost of interest and how that can build up over time and get them into some trouble. The importance of paying your bills on time and not late, or not skipping payments. That affects credit scores that could really limit your flexibility going forward. And also managing debt, student debt and personal debt like credit cards. Know what you're on the hook for and have a plan on how you're going to pay for it. Those are big steps. Now, that's a lot. So if you're looking for a resource on how you can start that discussion within your family, go to smartaboutmoney.org, which is our website. That'll not only help you start the discussion, but also give you tips on what should be covered and how to make sure that you're helping your child go off in as positive a light as possible.
All right, Ted, well, that's all the time we have for you today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great. Well, thanks for having me.